Alright there, guys. Welcome back to another video at Danz, where I should be doing my fucking vlogs. I'm freezing my ass off today, but granted, I gotta wear the Carhartt. I just got done fucking ranting and raving about how lazy people are. Because I don't know how it is, for the other states that have fucking full-blown fucking winter like how Wisconsin does. What I'm saying is if there's a lot of states that will have winter, that will go through the 4 cycles of, the environment, 4 seasons. But won't get snow because it's not going to get cold enough. At night or during the day. And then there's states like North and South Dakota. Colorado, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois, Michigan, all the states on the East Coast like New York, Massachusetts. At least the upper part of the East Coast, like New York, Massachusetts, states like that'll get snow. What I'm saying is for the states that go through winter, that get the snow, because there are some states, southern states, that will get snow, but it ain't going to last super long, like how it will up here in Wisconsin. It'll last, 3, 4, maybe 5 months. We got like 6 months that are cold, but only like 3 of the 6 months are with snow. If we have it, by then. Because we didn't start getting snow until around Christmas this year, last year. And then between Christmas and New Year's, it got over 40 degrees. Yeah, between Christmas and New Year's, it got over 40 fucking degrees and it melted. Now we got the shit that got warm. It started to melt and it turned to ice. But, the roads are clean yet, so I can ride on the roads for what I can. But I was just ranting because for sure, that's why I said for sure Wisconsin. I don't know how they do it in other states that get snow like how Wisconsin does. But for Wisconsin, for being that we get snow, well, I know there's other states like both North and South Dakota, Colorado, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Illinois, New York, Massachusetts, the states that get snow. But for sure, Wisconsin, I know I looked it up. But I can't say this is for sure because I don't remember what it all entails. Because for apartments or duplexes or townhouses that you have to pay, because there's some places that you can do like a year lease and then do like a month-to-month rent type deal, or you just pay like full rent. If you live in an apartment, you don't have to worry about shoveling your own sidewalks, your own driveway, your own blah, blah, blah. With duplexes and like townhouses, I don't know about. I can't say for sure on that. I know you'd have to still like clean your sidewalk going up from your driveway up to your front door, and then having to clean your driveway yet. But, you got that black parking lot. Whoever owns that complex of townhouses will have someone come and plow all that. But like driveways and all that, you'd have to do if you live in a townhouse. But, if it's like a duplex or you're living in your own house and you're paying the bank on the house, for your mortgage, you are, in the state of Wisconsin, you are required. This here you can't, have an agreement on, for if you're paying, if you bought a house, what I'm saying. By state law, Wisconsin state law says you are required to clean your own driveways, sidewalks, porches, and areas where you put your garbage cans at the road. Duplexes, duplexes can go both ways, but 99, but half the time you're gonna have to clean the shit yourself. And what I mean by that is, if it's not in the agreement, for what you made with the landlord, you have to do it, because you can make a lease or like an agreement that the landlord has someone come out and, like, with apartments, the landlord can have someone come out and cut the grass in the summer, spring, summer, and early fall, rake the leaves in fall, clean the snow in the winter. But then all that's going to get tacked on to your rent, and, the tenant's going to have to pay on it, but doesn't have to do it. I don't actually remember if that's a law or not, but it's something I know you can have, if you are paying rent on a place and you work that into like your as an agreement with your landlord, that there could be, there's someone that comes out and, cleans the shit for you, then you just have it tacked on to the rent, and the tenant has to pay on it. But, half the time, if it's not going to be that case, because the landlord isn't going to have a big enough crew to come out and do all the properties that landlord may own, it's something I knew about and, I looked into a little bit, but it's nothing that I really learned a whole lot on, but, if you don't do it, it could go for, whether you're paying rent or on your house, because you got to pay a mortgage. Let's say I don't clean my shit. I don't clean my driveway. I don't clean my sidewalks. And my neighbors could call in enough to finally have the city come out, and then they'll clean it for me. And then my mom and dad are going to have to pay that $150 bill or whatever the case may be, that the bill may be. I watched the city come and do that a couple times at, a couple houses by my house. Not necessarily, with one place, it's not necessarily for the snow, it was for the grass. They weren't cutting their grass. The city can come and cut grass too if you don't keep up on it. In the duplex next door to my house, on the side closest to my house, they weren't keeping up on the grass. They only cut it themselves like 3 or 4 times since they've been there, within that year and a half or whatever it was that they're there. They only cut it like 2, 3, maybe 4 times. Compared to my 20 times, let's say, 30 times, or whatever it may be, cut my own grass and cleaning my own shit. The city never really came for the snow, but cut the grass. Yeah, they, came and they charged their landlord for it, and their landlord charged them. But they got kicked out because they didn't pay their rent for the past 6 fucking months. It was last year, I think. If I remember right, it was last year they got kicked out, or it was the year before. I don't remember, but I remember getting them getting kicked out, and it was between February and June that they never paid rent on. So, because they're a bunch of fucking crackheads. Because they are a bunch of crackheads, but they are off of the Oneida Reservation. If you're from Wisconsin or know Wisconsin like how I do, you'll know where the Oneida Reservation is. It's up here in Green Bay. It's actually out of like Ashwaubenon area, but it's a reservation that the Oneida tribe owns, a big chunk of land. Technically, it's the federal government that owns it, but it's all their own land, so they'll do whatever they want on it. So they're actually paying the government for it, and and blah blah blah, and they're from that, so they're getting $1,200 checks or whatever it may be a month from the reservation, which they should have just stayed on the reservation, because they cause nothing but trouble here that's on land that's not theirs. They cause nothing but trouble. If you catch the right person. I'm not saying all of them are like that. I'm just saying if you catch the right person, they're going to be complete assholes and not care. That's how I learned, or what I learned with the crackheads next door to my house. The ones that weren't wanting to weren't wanting to cut the grass. They're complete assholes. They don't care about other people's properties. They're gonna learn. They have to learn. People have to learn that you disrespect other people's property. Property that ain't yours. Guess what? You're getting charged to fix it. And the landlord that owns that, or the lady that owns that duplex next door to my house, nice lady. She's real nice. But she's taking them to court, for not paying rent for for that 6 months or whatever it was. I forget. She's taking them to court, and I don't blame her. I'm on her side. You don't pay rent, you get kicked out. Automatically, I understand. Yeah, she gave him 6 tries. Yeah, she was on him for fucking 6 months, or whatever. But she finally kicked him out. They left some shit, said I could have it. I don't want nothing to deal with it because, I don't want nothing to deal with fucking crackheads. Granted that I was going to scrap it all because, then that'd be money. It'd be doing the owner a favor, getting rid of it, so that she doesn't have to pay to get rid of it. When we keep the money paying, so that we'll be paying me and my dad the money to get rid of it when she doesn't have to pay to get rid of it. But I don't want to deal with it because there might be fucking drugs hidden in that shit, and all of a sudden, bam, we're getting nailed with it. So, I know I'm pushing 15 fucking minutes. 15 minutes here, so I'm gonna end the vlog here, and I'll see you guys in the next video.